Hey guys, I gotta do a podcast today. I'll tell you about that later. I won't allude to anything. So because of that, I'm stuck at home. I don't want to go out in the woods and get late because that would just be a rude thing to do. So I'm reading magazines and kind of hanging out the house for the first time in a while. I'm reading Deer and Deer Hunting magazine. It's one of my favorites because they got a lot of great stuff in it, great information on biological, deer movement, all that crazy stuff. A lot better than most of the deer magazines out there. Anyways, this is an older one. This is March of 2016, and I found this article that I disagree with. And before I go too far, I got a caveat why I say that. And here it is. This is my gun of choice. This is a 1941 Model 94 by Winchester. Beautiful, isn't it? It's chambered in 30 WCF, or as most of you know it, the 30-30 Winchester. And let me just say this, the 30-30 is quite available in any store around the nation. Quite available. Keep that in mind as I go along here. So he talks about bullets like the 300 Winchester short mag, 30 caliber, 30-06, excuse me, the 308. A lot of the common rounds that people use. Here's where I disagree. He never puts in here the under 100-yard performance of these bullets. And here's why. Because a lot of those bigger rounds that use pointed bullets with the ballistic tips, or even some of the soft points, when they hit under 100 yards because of their high velocity, the bullets are actually designed to mushroom at a lower velocity than they're hitting. So that means they pass through without completely expanding and causing a good wound track. Whereas round nose bullets under 100 yards with that velocity that they're shooting mushroom big and make a good wound track at under 100 yards. Now in New Hampshire, we're the second most forested state in the Union, meaning most of our shots are 30 to 65 yards in the woods. Because I realize there are fields where people can shoot farther. When I'm tracking, I normally shoot a deer between 10 and 25 yards when I'm tracking. I don't need a super high velocity round with a pointed tip to kill that deer. I can do it with a 30-30 quite efficiently. So keep that in mind. That and a lot of these other bullets he's talking about are hard to find in a store. If you're up in the North Country and you went out target shooting and you need a box of shells and you go to the store, you're going to find your 308s, your 30-06s, and your 30-30s, maybe even your 45-70s and 35 rems. But you're not going to find some of these more exotic rounds that guys are using out west. So, and as far as I'm concerned, under 100 yards, there's not one of these deer on the wall that argued with that Model 94 and won. So, keep in mind, a lot of these articles are written for out west. They're not written for New England. So, that's about all I got to say about that. And we'll talk to you later.